hiphop.com, the reporter newspaper online.com. As you can see, the prophecy has been fulfilled. The prophet is in the building. That's what I call him. Hey, today we're going to talk about, I'm going to have you tell everybody what we're talking about. Man, what's the subject matter, brother?
Listen, today we're going to talk about the terrible truth of mamas, babies, daddies, maybes.
You know what? I heard that before.
Absolutely.
I've heard that. I'm from Cleveland, son.
Yeah.
And I heard
Same
that.
here.
And then that's a question. It may be daddies.
Cleveland by way of Akron.
By way of, you better say I'm in Blackburn, baby.
Yeah, we in Blackburn, Ohio.
You don't see all this black?
We're natives.
Right, that's me. I'm behind you. I'm just in the
Cleveland born, Akron bred.
You better say it and don't delay it, man. So look, brother, everybody been checking you out. I appreciate you rolling with the Mecca Media.
Absolutely.
AkronHipHop.com. And you always bring that seriousness going around. Let's talk about mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Mama's babies, daddy's maybes. The terrible truth about that is it's a collective form of dysfunctional separation between the relationship between the father and his children by way of child support.
We're talking about child support issues.
Oh, we're talking about that
how
too.
Child support is used as an instrumental
How it's
to
definitely used as an
separate the
instrument.
family and keep the bruh.
Absolutely.
I know brothers with felonies with that. As you can see, that's right. We got the legend in the building. We ain't just saying this on his hat. It's on his jewels and everything. We got Rip, legendary producer out of Akron, Ohio, man. How did you hook up with this guy?
Oh, this is history.
History.
Same type of history I got with you. I got with him.
This guy bring out not only the knowledge you can't get in college, he bring out the scholars that teach college right here when it comes to this music thing, man. So listen, we talk about child support and how it affects us as men. Is that where we're going with this?
We're talking about the devastation of that statement, mama's babies, daddy's maybes. But all of that is involved, and I'm gonna tell you, the mindset is this. It's part of the Willie Lynch theory. It's the division in the home and setting the fathers on a low pole and keeping the mothers on the high totem and allowing us to look like we don't give a fuck about our children. Well, that's far from the truth, man.
Come on now.
Here's the reality. For a short time, maybe about a year or so, I was a single father.
Okay.
I caught my case and went to prison for 4 years behind the desperation I had for my kids. I had a 3-bedroom place in Canton when my son was dropped off to me and wasn't picked up for a whole year and a half. My daughter was dropped off to me and wasn't picked up for 6 months. And I had both of them together for almost a year together by myself, almost 2 years together by myself. And there was a child support case on me 6-7 months before I knew anything about it, because she was pregnant with my daughter when she got on the case, and she made them think that I left her and she needed assistance. So by way of assistance, they put me on child support. I didn't get no type of notification. She knew that I was on child support. She didn't tell me. But when I was fighting for shared parenting, because I had already had the kids for almost a year by myself, my attorney told me, if you can get this rearage that you have on child support now, you'll definitely get the shared parenting. Now, what messed me up about that is that I already had the kids. So how could I have a child support case on me and I had the kids? But because she went and got on assistance for herself, because she wasn't using it for my kids, I had the kids. She got on assistance for herself. I now had to be responsible for her decision. All right? Now, we already know that it's not the truth that black fathers don't love their children, because we see in too many examples of black fathers who are stepping up, being fathers to not only their children, but children that are not biologically theirs.
Speak on that. Yes,
So
sir.
how can it be mama's babies and daddy's maybes when these men who love these women, who have anywhere from 2 to 5 children of their own before they come into the situation with them, actually raise these kids and love on these kids and be a father to these kids? You're gonna tell me that these fathers who are loving somebody else's kids don't love their own? No, it's not that. What done happened is the woman that they done got hooked up with has seen the light, and she's being a blessing and allowing this man to be a blessing to her and hers by allowing him to be a father. She's allowing him to be a father.
Come on, bro.
She's affording him that ability. But see, you mothers who want to call yourself single mothers and say you're not getting any help, your help is determined in your mind by way of child support. And see, child support is a system that was set up to destroy the relationship between these men and these children, because you can't bleed blood from a turnip. If this man was struggling when you was with him, you don't think he's struggling when you ain't with him?
Or you don't think he's struggling
You don't think
when you
he's
taking money
struggling?
out of his pocket?
Right. How is he supposed to live? But here's the reality. You'll call him up, ask him to get you some new shoes, do this and the other, all these things that you want him to do for the kids. But yeah, you're getting child support from him. Now, I'm in a situation where my kids have been getting child support consistently for me almost 3 years. Ain't missed a payment. I still have a rearage over my head that the woman was going downtown to forgive. And because she couldn't control me in that moment, she gets up from the table and says, I don't want to do it. The caseworker says, ma'am, do it. The man is doing the right thing. Forgive the rearage, which would have put me in a position to better my credit, would have put me in a position to get a bigger spot, would have put me in a position to get my children for half the year and do shared parenting. You know why most of you women don't want to do shared parenting?
Speak on that, guy.
Because you're lazy.
You better say it. Don't bite your tongue.
It ain't got nothing to do with the ability to do or don't do. You can do. Women are powerful. Y'all very powerful. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. But because you are living in this system, and the system that made you comfortable with thinking that we don't give a fuck about our children, you would rather treat us like a piggy bank than allow us to actually be a father. When the kids don't give a damn about that money, the kids care about that time. And you keep the kids from getting that time because you ain't getting that money. Or when that money start to be a struggle or an issue for that man, now you want to start using his kids against him and telling him he ain't allowed to see his kids until he get that money up. But see, you turning the father into a piggy bank and then want to be around the world telling everybody that you ain't getting no help with your kids because you won't allow them to have time with their father.
And when you speak about help with the kids, you're talking about a physical person that's there. Now we can throw money, as you can see, this guy's rich.
I ain't rich. Nah, but, I make it look good.
That's right. But as you can see, let me ask you a question real quick. You pay child support?
I pay child support for several.
Okay,
10 or more.
So check this out. You should be allowed to see your kids, right? Yeah. You have any issues? Are you familiar with what he's talking about? Fighting, trying to get the right
I
to
can
see
speak on a lot of the same issues, but I will just kind of separate so we don't sound redundant on what we're saying.
Right. Intelligence is in the building.
Yes.
Intelligence is in the building,
sir.
God. Go ahead.
My situation, and I'm sure a lot of men can kind of relate to this. Most of my kids is almost grown. 14, 16, and some peak at 18. The youngest is at 5. And I got custody of 3 of my kids. But they allow the grandmothers.
That sound like a father who don't care.
Allow the grandmothers and their mothers, my baby's mother to be around, and don't want the father around. Everybody want the baby when it's little. When it first come out, they all want the baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a cute little baby. Then when he's a little toddler, everybody wants him. And then the child is beneficial. His food stamps. It could be child support. It could be,
SSI.
It could be an extra bedroom in the house. You know what I'm saying, for Section 8. But when that child starts to get out of control and unruly, you want to call the father.
Talk about it.
When he's 14, 15 years old to come over there and chastise this child. And you feel like, well, let me come over there and do it. But all between this time, you're paying child support, or you are having a child come over on summer vacations, or come over on the weekend, but you telling all these guys you meet and all these other people that my baby daddy ain't nothing. He ain't shit.
Just vilified.
I'm a single mother. Right. No, you're not a single mother. You're a co-parent. You're a single woman, but you're a co-parent.
You better say that one. Hold on. Free. Hold. I wish I could turn it on me, but I'm not dressed half as good as these guys. You're telling me you're not a you're not a single parent. Mm-hmm. You're not a single parent. You're a co-parent. You're a single woman. Man, you better say it and don't delay it.
And let me piggyback off of that, because I understand that so vividly. When I first got home, all I wanted to do was be with my kids. I get home, the woman's married, so then for the first 3 months, I'm allowed to take my kids for weeks on end, because it's the summer. I'm allowed to take my kids for weeks on end. School time come around, and mind you, my son got taken away when I first got home because his mother allowed herself to, ain't nothing wrong with spanking no child, but she allowed herself to accidentally hit the boy in the eye with a belt buckle and send him to school. Well, that's not smart, so they took the boy. I step up like any man would. And I get myself together, get a place and everything, and I try to get myself in a position to get my kids, right? So I'm in a position, the guardian item likes me and everything, she's rooting for me. They give my kids back to the girl via a class, and then put me on the chopping block by putting a mediator between us, and I went from being able to see my kids for weeks on end to only being able to see my kids 2 days out of the month. Now that my kids are older, my daughter sat down with my children's mother. I don't have a baby mama, my children's mother. And she told her, my dad is a good father. I want you to remove the rearage that's over his head because he wants to do better with his credit and he wants to get us a place. And I want you to just help him, Mom. Don't try to hurt my dad. He's not a bad dad. The mom tells her he needs to pay. Everything he took away by going to prison, he needs to pay. But yeah, I was doing my best. Now I'm in a position where she ain't missed a payment for 3 years. And now I only get called when they want me to discipline my son, who's 15, about to be 16, and he feeling himself. Or they want me to pay for some cheerleading shit for my daughter, or do something like that. So now I done set it on my kid. I don't even communicate with the mother like that. I put it on my children's back, and I said, y'all old enough, 13 and 15, y'all old enough, y'all know how to get on Facebook, you know how to be on Snapchat, you know how to be on your cell phone, texting your friends. Call and check on your father. Don't treat me like a piggy bank. Call and check on your father. Don't treat me like a disciplinarian, because I love y'all beyond any of that. And listen, I applaud you mothers who allow fathers who are no longer in your life to be fathers, and who actually set a standard to get along with him, and don't allow yourself to tear that man down in front of his child. Because now the only reason why these mothers are having struggles with these 14-year-old, 15-year-old sons and daughters is because you dogged their father out to them. All that time not realizing you're dogging half of them out.
Just you better say it.
So I never talk down ever on the mother of my children to my children, ever. They speak to me about her, but I never allow them to even when they write, I still tell them, still y'all gotta respect your mama. That's your mother.
Hey man, listen, in closing, man, listen, first off, we appreciate you for stepping down, rolling with the rush. Akron Hip Hop, BlackOnOhio.com. We want to tell you, what's going on with you real quick, man? Some music coming out? What's videos?
Man, it's a few different things, man. I kind of took a break from the music scene, period.
Don't look like it, bro.
Man, I be,
Right.
I took a break, and I think I don't want to really speak on it, but we had a lot of success, and I could say the name, the group, the Kennel, and it kind of was like, I don't know, the Big Meech thing. It was a big. It kind of blew up, and then it just blew down real fast. And I don't really want to speak up on the politics behind of it, but it kind of gave me a sour taste in my mouth, and I just kind of backed up from the music, period, man. I want to find myself again.
So you dabbling in real estate, you do videos, editing?
Man, health problems for one. You know what I'm saying? How to get that together. Going through a lot of health problems. I had 4 major surgeries. Going through that, and then I had gotten into doing real estate with a couple partners of mine, a couple friends of mine, and that didn't work out. But trying to flip cars here. You trying to do anything to pull a dollar together, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just an entrepreneur. That's the definition of entrepreneur.
You're trying to do anything to pull a dollar together. I don't care what it is,
If somebody want to get involved with you, and maybe you doing videos and you doing like movies and stuff.
I'm going back to shooting videos, man. And listen, if you know me for 10 years or better, it's free. But you got to think how much time I'm taken up by the next person that's before you. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing stuff.
Dope,
I'm doing free videos, man,
because
I'm trying to give back. Right. And I understood that trying to squeeze blood from a rock, but you can't squeeze blood from a rock, or trying to charge somebody $200 or $100 for a video, man, it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because
especially when you got other streams of income.
If you can do it.
So God is blessing you blessing them. I always say, help the people that's helping the community. And I appreciate you. How can they get in touch with you, bro?
Man, Childish Red on Facebook, man. You can catch them with Prophecy, man. We about to be doing some big things together, man.
Well, speaking of prophecy, take us away, black man.
Hey, I know we've been raised up and trained up to believe that it's mama's babies, daddy's maybe. But listen here, I ain't never been a maybe daddy baby. So I will never allow that statement to be executed in our culture any longer. And I hope that y'all will join me and allow us fathers who want to be fathers to be fathers. I love you, and we will see you again. Like I said, what's a gangster to a God?